Everyone was talking about the Gucci campaign. Almost nobody was talking about what happened 3 weeks after it went live. On August 27, Xiao Zhan Studio filed something rare in Chinese entertainment law, a criminal track lawsuit, not a statement, not a takedown request, but an actual court filing demanding platforms hand over the real identities of 2 anonymous accounts. One on Weibo, one on Xiaohongshu. The studio says this is only the first batch. That alone would be a familiar story, a celebrity fighting online harassment, a management team drawing a line. Chinese entertainment coverage runs stories like this every month. But the detail that makes this case worth a closer look isn't the lawsuit itself. It's what reportedly triggered it. According to the reporting, the leak of Xiao Zhan's national ID number and flight information did not originate from a personal scandal, a leaked contract, or a paparazzi chase. It reportedly began with a brand campaign, specifically, with how 2 celebrities were positioned relative to each other inside a Gucci promotional rollout. Some fans of BTS's Jin, upset that their idol appeared to receive less prominent placement than Xiao Zhan in the campaign, allegedly retaliated by digging up and publishing his personal identification details, accompanied by insults and defamatory posts. If that account is accurate, the actual spark wasn't jealousy over romance, or a diss track, or a public feud between the artists themselves. It was a marketing asset. A photo layout. The visual hierarchy of an ad campaign. That's the detail worth sitting with for a second, because it says something about how fragile brand ambassador optics have become in an environment where fandoms treat every frame of a campaign as a scoreboard. Here's what actually happened, based on verified reporting. In late August 2026, unidentified internet users obtained and published Xiao Zhan's ID card number, flight details, and other personal information, a practice commonly referred to in Chinese online culture as kaihe, or doxxing. Xiao Zhan Studio retained Zhejiang Lingyun Xihe law firm, which says it has now completed evidence collection against accounts on Weibo and Xiaohongshu and has filed suit asking the courts to compel those platforms to disclose the users' real identities. The first 2 named accounts are a Weibo user going by 7 and a Xiaohongshu user identified only as *****, both partially redacted in reporting, standard practice before identity is legally confirmed. The law firm says it isn't stopping there. It states it will continue monitoring more than 10 platforms, including Douyin, Douban, Baidu, and Kuaishou, and will keep collecting evidence for further legal action. This is where the story stops being about one artist and starts being about how Chinese law actually treats this kind of behavior, because the exposure here is heavier than most casual internet users probably assume. Under China's civil code, publishing someone's ID number without consent is treated as a violation of both privacy and personal information rights, and the person responsible can be ordered to stop, issue a public apology, and pay compensation, including for emotional distress. Under the administrative penalties law, distributing someone's personal information can bring administrative detention of up to 5 days and a fine of up to 500 yuan, rising to 5 to 10 days for more serious conduct. But the heaviest exposure sits in the criminal law itself. Article 253-1 covers the crime of infringing on citizens' personal information, and reporting indicates that serious circumstances can bring up to 3 years in prison or criminal detention, while especially serious circumstances can bring 3 to 7 years. In other words, what may have started as retaliatory posting inside a fandom dispute over ad placement now sits inside the same legal framework used for identity theft and data trafficking. This is a meaningful distinction for an international audience to register, because online cultures in different regions handle doxing very differently. In some markets, leaking a celebrity's private details is treated primarily as a platform moderation issue. An account gets suspended, a post gets removed, and the matter ends there. China's legal system, by contrast, gives victims a direct path to civil, administrative, and criminal remedies simultaneously, and Xiao Zhan's team appears to be pursuing all 3 tracks at once rather than settling for a single response. That reframing matters, because it changes how the story should be read. This wasn't only online bullying. According to the reporting, legal commentary tied to the case argues that the market for celebrities' personal identification numbers has grown into something resembling an actual black market supply chain, people who acquire and sell this data, and fans willing to buy it. If that's accurate in even a narrow sense, it suggests the underlying problem isn't limited to one fandom conflict. It points to an existing, monetized pipeline that fan wars can tap into whenever tensions escalate. This does not establish an industry-wide pattern on its own, but it does illustrate how one incident can expose a larger, pre-existing infrastructure. It also explains why studios have started treating doxing less like a public relations nuisance and more like a security threat. A leaked flight itinerary isn't just embarrassing. It's operationally dangerous. It tells anyone watching exactly where an artist will be and when. Framed that way, the studio's decision to go straight to litigation, rather than issuing a statement and waiting for the outrage cycle to pass, starts to look less like an overreaction and more like risk management catching up to how serious the underlying behavior actually is. Xiao Zhan's team is not new to this fight. The studio has pursued defamation cases before, including one against a Weibo user known online as Zhejiang, a case that reportedly required court enforcement after the user refused to comply with the ruling. That precedent is part of why this latest filing reads less like a one-off reaction and more like a deliberate, ongoing legal strategy. The studio has stated publicly that its position is to sue directly rather than negotiate settlements, and the law firm's language about continuous, multi-platform monitoring reinforces that this case is meant to function as a warning, not a one-time correction. Which brings the story back to that Gucci campaign detail. On the surface, brand ambassador rollouts are supposed to be the safest, most controlled content in an artist's calendar, pre-approved, brand-vetted, professionally shot. But in a market where multiple celebrities can appear inside the same campaign ecosystem, even a placement decision, a crop, or a positioning choice can function as fuel for fandom conflict. The available evidence here doesn't prove that brand campaigns routinely cause legal cases like this one. It's a single incident, and it shouldn't be read as a general rule. But it does illustrate a risk that brand and talent teams increasingly have to plan around. When fandoms interpret marketing materials as status competitions, the fallout isn't limited to comment sections anymore. It can end up in criminal court. There's a wider commercial angle here too, and it's one that global luxury brands operating in the Chinese and Pan-Asian markets may want to sit with. As Western fashion houses lean further into multi-celebrity ambassador rosters, pairing Chinese stars with K-pop idols inside the same campaign to maximize regional reach, they are, whether intentionally or not, placing separate fandoms inside a shared visual frame. Most of the time that produces nothing more than social media chatter about who got more screen time. This case suggests that under the wrong conditions, the same dynamic can escalate into something with legal and safety consequences for the artists involved. That's a narrow observation from a single incident, not a verdict on ambassador marketing as a strategy, but it's a variable that campaign planning has not always accounted for. For international audiences less familiar with Chinese doxing culture, the scale of the legal response might be the most surprising part. What looks, from the outside, like typical stan culture behavior, leaking a rival fandom's idol's private information as retaliation, is treated under Chinese law with the same seriousness as identity theft, carrying real prison exposure. That gap, between how casually this behavior can start online and how heavily it can end in court, is arguably the real story here. Xiao Zhan's case is still in its early stages. More filings are reportedly under review, and the law firm has said it will keep expanding its evidence collection across platforms. Whether this results in criminal charges, a civil settlement, or simply another enforced court judgment like the Zhejiang case, the direction is already clear. The studio is treating doxing not as an unfortunate side effect of fame, but as a legal problem with a legal solution, one traceable, in this instance, all the way back to how two names were arranged on a single ad campaign. If you follow C-ent and K-pop stories that go beyond the surface headline, the kind that trace an online firestorm back to the actual spark that started it, Rabbit News Hallyu was built for exactly that. Subscribe if you want analysis, not just updates.